This is a special one. We usually don't meet at 7:30 in the morning. Sometimes these folks can't make it to 8:30, but we have a good time, and this is a special one. Kelly did a presentation on social media, introduction to social media for Clayton Visual Arts, I think a few weeks or so ago, a month or so ago, and very successful. And that's something I think we all struggle with. Those of us of an age that are just learning how to turn on our computers sometimes. But communication and business communication has changed so much over the past number of years that it's like advertising. Try to find the medium that really affects and impacts and does the best for our own business individually. So with that, I want to invite you to come to our Tuesday Tune-Ups on Tuesday mornings. They do revolve. We meet typically at Sherry's Cheesecake, at my girlfriend's place.
The Wagner.
The Wagner.
Hashtag Wagner.
And we've been kind of rotating around those places the last 6 months. Starting next week, we'll be pretty much over at Sherry's.
Just going to ask for an online schedule a little bit?
There is. And if I have your email address, I can email you, put you on that email list. I do a reminder list because it has become sort of like, okay, where are we meeting? So, anyway, so Kelly's going to do the presentation, and then I guess plenty of time for question and answers. Mm-hmm. There's some fruit and some juice over here, and some coffee if you haven't gotten any over on the other side. And Kelly Norman, thank you.
All right, thanks. So I know everybody in the room, so we're going to make this very informal. And at any point, if y'all have questions, just stop me and we'll go over it. But the main question and answers are going to be for the last probably 45-minute segment. So for the first hour of my 5-hour presentation, I'm kidding, we should be able to get this knocked out in about an hour and 15 minutes. The background of this is, most of you know, I have a background in technology, and I've done most of my PR and marketing for the Wagner 100% on social media. If you've ever looked at our website, it still says Brenda Avent, because I've basically let the website go. All I need that website to do is to give that cell phone number to me. But I don't pay for anything on my website, because websites are, depending on your demographic, not who you're going to catch. So I'm going to talk a lot about millennials. Millennials are ages 35 to 50. Those are the ones that you want to try to, depending on who your market is, they are the ones who are on social media. The average age of a Facebook user is 45. So the parents got on Facebook, scared the kids away. They're now on Snapchat. They're on Snapchat or Instagram or Twitter, but they're really not on Facebook anymore. It's more of the 45 to 55 age group that's on Facebook. So the only thing I know is what's worked for me, and I want to share those practices. So we'll get started. So I kind of asked who has a Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter page. There are many differences. Before we get into the verbiage of it, I'm going to spend a lot of time on Facebook, but we are going to talk about Twitter and Instagram and the importance of those. So before I get started on anything else, everyone, we already talked about, everyone's probably got a personal page. And then most of you guys said you did have a business page. What's the difference? So a personal page is one of those that you have to ask somebody to be your friend. You have to add a friend. A business page is where you ask for likes. It's almost like a fan page. You want them to like your page. And there's benefits of doing a business page versus a personal page. Personal, you can say what you're having for lunch, which is so annoying, right? A business page, you want to write more industry-specific or business-specific post. You don't want to say what you had for lunch. That's your personal. So on the business page, you might say, did you know that 1 in 4 people use a travel agent? Or did you know that chiropractic health can relieve headaches? What you want to do on a business page is engage the touch, is what we call it. The touch is a post, a comment, a like, or anything. If you post something that doesn't create a question, those people aren't going to do anything with your post. If you just put a picture of if I put a picture of my outside garden and said, beautiful day for a wedding, people are like, yeah, but they don't like it, they don't comment, I'm not engaging that audience. So what I would want to say instead is, we have a beautiful garden setting, where did you get married? And it's creating people to write and to comment. Why is that important? You want to stay at the top of the news feed, not on your page, but on the people who like you's page. Have you ever noticed on your news feed where it says, Kelly Norman liked this post? Why does it get back at the top? Because I touched that post. Anytime that you engage a post, that post goes on the top of your news feed. What happens? All those people who don't like the Wagner House have now seen it because Amanda Keats touched it. Now it's on Amanda Keats' news feed. So people say, oh, what's the Wagner House? And that's when they click it. So when we see, as a group of business network in downtown Clayton, we want to touch each other's post. So whenever you see Miss Blackley posted something about printing, we should all like it for her, because that's getting Blackley's printing on the top of all of our news feeds of the people who don't already like it. So that's the benefit of a business page. The other benefit, we'll go there. The other type of page you can have is a group page. You don't want to create a group page for your business, because that normally is a closed group where only the people within that group can see those posts or even see that group. What would be a group? Well, you could have Clayton Steakhouse as its own group where you are communicating with your employees only. And that, hey, don't forget we're closing at 7 on Friday night. That's what a group is. It's a closed page for a certain amount of people. We do have a group page for the downtown Clayton business owners. That customers can't see. It's only us. So if we wanted to say a very horrible experience with a customer, we can post that on there, but that's not what it's used for.
What's the name of the page?
It's downtown,
I gotta look it up.
yeah, I think it's downtown Clayton business owners. So a group page is a great way to have your own network. Vicki Adams, you could have all your Mary Kay customers on one group, so that if somebody uses a face cream that they like, they can post that testimonial on that group page. So that's the benefit of a group. And some examples. Post. We all know what post means. That's when we're posting on our own page. Or you can post a testimonial that Blackley's Printing just did a great job on my business cards. I'm going to post that on Blackley's Printing. It will come up, even if you guys aren't friends or don't like the Blackley's page, it's going to come up on your newsfeed. So post often. I usually start this out by saying, be obnoxious. You want to be obnoxious on social media when it comes to your business. The people that find you annoying will hide you, but your target audience will keep seeing what you need them to see. A business post is completely different than a personal post. And again, you want to stay relative to your industry and what you're trying to do in your demographic. The other benefit of using social media versus a website is I can narrow in to people who are liking my page. So in my example for the Wagner House, if a person likes, let's say, Becky Smith likes my page, I can go and click on her page and creep on her page and see that she's 24, she's engaged, she lives in Clayton. That's my target audience. You can see who your demographic is and who you're capturing with social media. That's something you can't do on a website. You can see how many people are viewing your website, but you can't get the data, the personal data that you can on social media. So comment. If I were to do a post about farm-to-table dinner and I get 4 or 5 comments, I'm seeing exactly who I'm targeting, and that's a good thing. The average millennial searches for companies on Facebook, not on Google. So that is one thing that we really need to be aware of. Now, Google it's really important to stay relative on Google, and we'll get into that right after this. So comment or post or like. A simple like takes nothing for us to do that, but what that's doing is putting that post and that business on the top of your newsfeed for all of your friends to see that business. So you're really helping somebody out by liking their page. It's not just, oh yeah, that cheese looks good, you know. Hashtag. Most of you in the room will know this as a pound sign. Same thing, it's just change the name to hashtag. Why so many hashtags? Why is that important? 2 to 3 years ago, it was only relative on Twitter. In the last couple years, that has changed. It is now relative on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Why is it important? Does anybody know?
It's instant. I mean, it's like boom, right there. And it's more popular.
How many people have heard the term trending? Trending on social media, trending on Facebook, trending on Twitter. That is how you trend. So if Oscar de la Renta died last night, everybody was saying, rest in peace, Oscar de la Renta. And they were hashtagging fashion, hashtag Oscar de la Renta, hashtag NYC, hashtag LA. So what that does is Oscar de la Renta was trending on Facebook. He was trending on social media. So that back end piece of the hashtag is really what we're talking about today. That is the most important thing you can do is hashtag your business. So I'm going to pick on Vicki. Hashtag makeup, hashtag Clayton, hashtag independent, hashtag consultant, hashtag skincare, hashtag beauty. Any of those things, what that does is if somebody were to, or hashtag Mary Kay, if somebody were to go into Google and do a search for Mary Kay, she's the first one to come up. Why? Because she is the top of those Google Analytics. That's what we're talking about today. Same thing with yoga. Hashtag yoga, hashtag Perna, hashtag downtown Clayton. All of those things is going to put your Google Analytics and your Google presence higher than anybody else if they're not doing it. So each business in here that I'm looking at can benefit from these hashtags. And that's what I mean by be obnoxious, be annoying. You know, put 10 hashtags in there because you are targeting those audiences. So you want to think of it as a keyword. What would people search for me? Would they search for local jewelry? Would they search for chiropractic? Would they search for chiropractor? All of those things. Would they search for back care? All of those different hashtags is what you should be using. Clayton Steakhouse, hashtag steak, hashtag local meat.
Do you put that on every post that you go through?
Yes.
Okay.
So who's scared of Twitter? Yeah. Okay. So Twitter started the hashtag, and most people don't even talk on Twitter. They only talk in hashtags. That's why it's so scary. So if you were, what Twitter is only statuses. What Facebook statuses are, that's what Twitter is. Now, you can put pictures, you can put videos, but it's really for statuses. So what you would do on that is,
Limited to how much you can put on it.
yeah, I think it's 140 characters. So you want to put as many hashtags, and you can, the good thing about Twitter is you can post as many times a day. WRAL, they're posting weather updates all day long, and that's okay. So you want to stay very relative because people don't go through the news feed like they do on Facebook. So you want to constantly get to the top of Twitter. But what Twitter's doing is pulling your Google Analytics to get your website higher. So all of that presence is very good. Instagram is only pictures. Only pictures. So what you see on Facebook when people post pictures, it's just a whole news feed of pictures. And people only talk in hashtags on that. Who has time to do all three? Nobody. The beauty about Instagram and Twitter is you can make one post and it goes to all three places. So, for instance, Debbie gets a brand new ring, and you guys should be on Instagram on every inventory truck that you get. Taking a picture of everything, hashtag jewelry, hashtag whatever stone it is, all of those different things. But when you post on Instagram, you can post on Facebook and Twitter, and it's still one post. That's something you cannot do on Facebook. When you do Facebook alone, it's only Facebook. You still have to go to either Twitter or Instagram. So that's the benefit of going to those two places before you go to Facebook, because it still hits your Facebook audience. Is everybody,
Can you go through that again?
okay, so
How do you,
when you post on Instagram, it will come up, where do you want this to go? And you click Flickr, you click Instagram, you click Twitter and Facebook, and it all goes.
That's only a picture, right? You can't put any posts or wording with the Instagram.
You can. You can put it's pictures, but you can give it a caption. So she can say what kind of ring this is, but by saying it in words, that's okay. She needs to attach a hashtag to it for her to get the back end. Just by posting on social media will help your online presence, but it doesn't do what I'm talking about with the Google Analytics. You want to trend. You want, if somebody else is searching for that specific, a black opal, if somebody's searching for black opal, and if you hashtag black opal, if somebody were to do a search on Google, you're going to come up. So if they're looking for that specific stone, same thing with embroidery. You know, if somebody's looking for an embroiderer, by you hashtagging that, you will come up in that Google search. So does everybody kind of feel more comfortable with this now? And you're kind of thinking about what hashtags to use for your business?
Did she answer you, Bruce? Did you get it all? Bruce?
yes.
Okay.
Okay, so that is the beauty of using all three. And if you're only doing one, you're getting a third of the results. You really need to boost it up to getting comfortable, just playing around with it, and it will get easier.
John, I'm going to show my ignorance here. When you do the hashtag, you do it in front, you do it back, you do it
Okay, good question, thank you. You do it in front of the word and there's no spaces. So if I were to say Clayton Steakhouse, it's hashtag Clayton Steakhouse. You don't have to use caps, you don't have to use spaces or other signs. So, and load it up. Put 10 in there, whatever you think that people would search for, you know, eat local. And you can create your own hashtag. There's a lot that have been created, like, I hate to say it, but cancer sucks. If you ever see a post about someone who has cancer, they always say hashtag cancer sucks, because that's become a very popular hashtag.
So, do you, like, if you put 10 hashtags in one post, and you can go back and post something else, do you put those same 10, or do you need a different 10?
You can, and then the beauty about Instagram is it has a memory.
Oh, I was going to ask that question.
So if you say hashtag Clayton NC, if you put in a C, it's going to come up Clayton NC. You just click on that. It creates a memory of all your hashtags. For travel, this is a benefit for you that probably no one else has, maybe other people. What I would recommend doing, you're trying to get the touch, right? You're trying to get your customers to engage so that they're posting about you. Well, how do you do that? One way you could do it is have a board or a sign in your store that says, find us on social media, connect, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and have your addresses, and then have a contest about if they share your page or if they check in. So when they're picking up an order from Classy Stitches, they should check in that they're at Classy Stitches and have a hashtag that you created for them to use. You know, everything monogrammed. Whatever that is, you can have that on there. Travel. When your clients are all over this world, they should be hashtag cruise one, hashtag Clayton, hashtag, so that at any point you can go back and search for that hashtag and you're going to see all your clients' pictures that they're doing. That should be a requirement for them to travel, is you give them a hashtag before they leave. Hashtag cruise one Clayton.
Yeah, because there's, that's franchise. So if you just do cruise one, you're going to wind up in a
Right.
corporate.
So hashtag cruise one Clayton, hashtag cruising with the beans. That is your signature hashtag. And every time they post a picture, because you know they are, you should be getting the benefits of that. Same thing with a chiropractor. Have a contest. Hey, everyone check in here, use a hashtag.
We're already on it.
Yep. And then at the end of the week, we're gonna pick a winner based on,
We're giving away an iPad.
very
We got
nice.
2 months of it for an iPad.
Excellent. That's great.
Come on, big. Go bigger.
So you're going
Check in, baby, check
I do
in.
hashtag, and I want people to like take pictures of the concert series. I do hashtag Clayton concert series, or whatever. People take pictures, they send it to that, and then I search hashtag Clayton concert.
And you see
series.
everybody's pictures.
Okay.
It's amazing.
It's not like a domain though for a website.
Nope.
No, but.
Oh, yeah.
own it.
Yeah. And by the way, this is all free.
It wouldn't go somewhere else. So in other words, if Vicky did makeup, it wouldn't go somewhere else on another site or anything?
Makeup isn't going to tag Vicky. She's going to need to do something that brands it her.
Okay.
So it might be Mary Kay by Vicky
Okay.
or something like that. I can go up, and the great thing about my demographic is all of my demographic, their 20s who are getting married, are on this. So they're hashtagging Wagner weddings, hashtag Wagner house. So at the end of a weekend on Sunday, I can go and see everybody who was in this house, all the guests, and they've taken pictures. So I have all those pictures on file almost. So it's really a great thing, and everyone who walks out with a purchase, Debbie, should be hashtagging, you know, let me get a picture of you with your new bracelet, and then hashtag it. So the other way that you can get online presence is by sharing your business page. Your personal page should be sharing your business page. Your business page is only going to reach the people that like it, or it's going to sit on someone's news feed. So what you want to do is ask for the share. So trying to reach a new milestone. We're at 1,180 likes. I'm trying to get to 1,400 likes by the end of the month. Everyone, please share this on your news feed. And there's a share button. That's another way to get a lot of new likes. And new likes helps people's reach, because when you get a new like, if Bruce Allen likes the Wagner page for the first time, it's going to come up on his news feed. Bruce Allen liked Historic Wagner House. And that is advertising that you cannot buy, because that's on all of his friends. Now, what if you have 800 friends? That's 800 people who just saw the Wagner House. So it's very important for all of us to be sharing each other's page amongst our personal pages, so that we're getting our personal friends to like all these different businesses downtown. And you can write a little thing. You know, I think we've all patronized each other's businesses at some point. So you can say, you know, this is where I get all my printing of my business cards. Everyone like their page and check them out. And that's an easy post.
Kelly, signing up for Twitter and Instagram as easy as Facebook,
As easy as Facebook.
so Instagram.com and go through them.
Yep. So now when you look at Twitter, you're not going to be so scared because of all the hashtags and what do they mean. That's what people are doing. There is a benefit for them doing it. You're not going to see a lot of personal people using that. I listened to Kanye West on the way here this morning. So I hashtag Kanye. That doesn't do me any good. It's just kind of a way that people say, I don't want to get out of bed. Well, that's not going to trend. But it's just a way that they're kind of, it's almost a fad for them to talk in hashtags. So you're going to see a lot of personal people using not relative hashtags. Hashtag Yellow Hoodie Day.
What would you put on if I was doing Twitter, what would be a post you would put?
Okay, so if you don't have an Instagram and if you don't have a Twitter page, here is another trick that a lot of people don't think about. My name on Instagram is Wagner Weddings, because my name on it tells what I am and who I am. So Boo and I have had a conversation about Cannon's Retail. There should be Cannon's Retail, because it's saying, yeah, good job. It should be what their name is and what you are. So instead of just saying Classy Stitches, I would say Classy Stitches monogramming or Classy Stitches embroidery, so that every time that you're posting, it's saying exactly what you are and who you are. So yours should say Vicki Adams Mary Kay. so that every time you post, people are like, oh, well, Vicki Adams does Mary Kay. And then you can build your own post. But that in itself is very important. So quintessentials.
Post on Twitter?
So that's going to come up that Vicki Adams Mary Kay posted. One of your posts could be a picture of all your shelf that you have in your office with all that product. Same thing. Well, Twitter, if you do it on Instagram, it's going to come up on Twitter also.
So picture and everything goes to Twitter.
Yes. Twitter can do pictures, it can do videos. If you post on that one thing, Instagram, it goes to Twitter also, so that is your Twitter posting. So take a picture of your bookshelf with all your product and say, in stock, hashtag product, hashtag ready to sell, hashtag makeup, hashtag skincare, hashtag everything. So, and there's a lot of ideas that you can do depending on which your business is, and that's what I want the question and answers to come through is, all right, give me some ideas of what I should be posting. Every plate of a ribeye or that ribeye sandwich should go out on a Instagram, and just do it. Whatever the weekly specials is, the minute you sell one, snap a picture, put it on Facebook, and then maybe have something at the beginning of the restaurant saying, please check in here, please hashtag here for a chance to win a $10 gift certificate. Who went to Clayton Youth Theater performance of Aida this year? Okay, just one person. They were so smart. Clayton Youth Theater, Wes and Nikki Dyke, what they did this year was, it's intermission, everyone hashtag Clayton CYT Summer and tell us your reviews of this show.
Wow.
It was incredible. Everybody went on, and it was a chance, whoever had the best post, they were going to give away I think, $25 gift card to the steakhouse. Whatever that contest was, it was genius. I was so excited for them because when I did a search for Clayton CYT Summer, they had 100 posts of people raving about the reviews, about how great the show was. And that's exactly the creativity that you want to try to get. Is everybody comfortable with this now?
Do you need a comma or anything between the hashtags?
No comma, no symbols.
Run together, no
Yep,
spaces?
no spaces.
If you set up an Instagram incorrectly, like what you just said, how she should have hers, can you change that?
You can change it or create a new one.
Create a
The
new
good
one,
news is
okay.
it's free. So you might keep that as your personal one
Right, okay.
and then just create a new business one. Yeah, the beauty, I've said it before, but the beauty of all of this is it's all free. So that's why I kind of let the website go and just went to this stuff and narrowed down on the science of it.
So if you do 3 hashtags, you're gonna do hashtag the first one, a space, hashtag the second.
Correct.
So there's
Yes.
not a comma.
There's a space between the hashtags. Not, it's
In the
going
hashtag.
it's going to be, yes, it's not going to be inside the hashtag. It's going to be for multiple ones. So hashtag makeup space hashtag Mary Kay. Who on the business page have seen all this and have no clue what it means? Okay.
That's in the insights, yes.
Okay, so what this is, these are business insights, and this is going to tell you how successful you have been on Facebook. This is strictly for the business page. You don't have insights on a personal page. So, and if you don't know where to find the insights, I will help you. But all of these 5 areas is do people like you on social media? So we're going to pick on because it looks the best, I'm going to pick on my mom's jewelry. And then I'm going to pick on, okay. So I run 9 Facebook pages for different companies and different organizations. I'm going to pick on the Rotary Peacemakers page because it's the worst. So I'm going to do a vision of bad and a vision of good. So this page, Rotary Peacemakers, has a total of 126 likes. And your goal is to get as many likes as possible. Why? because you only have the potential to get on 126 news feeds. If you had 1,000, you'd be on 1,000 people's news feeds. So you'll reach 1,000 people's friends, not just 126 people's friends. So this one has 126 likes. The new page likes are 2. The total reach is 29. The post reach is 0. And the total people engaged is 2. You're also going to see some percentages in front of that. So this is up 1.6%. This is down 33.3%. This is down 27.5%. This is down 100%. And this is down 33. So what this says is I should be fired as admin.
Now, you only have access to that because you manage these.
Correct. I'm an admin. Yes. No one else can see these except for the people who are admins. So that means all of this, if you're down, you're in the red. If you're up, you're in the green. Seeing a lot of red means people aren't listening to you, they don't like what you're posting, and you have to change. Okay? And I'm going to tell you what each one of these are, and then I'm going to show you a vision of good. Total like page. We all know what that means. You have 126 people who like the Rotary Peacemakers page. The new page likes. These insights are in a 1-week span. So if I'm checking this right now on Tuesday, this is until last Tuesday. So in 1 week, I have 2 new likes. That's down 33%. So I had more new likes last week. The total reach, I am reaching only 29 people. Out of 126 people, I'm only reaching 29. Why? Because nobody's liking, commenting, touching my post. They don't like what I'm posting.
That's a reflection of actual activity of the people that are.
Correct.
26.
Correct. The
Not
post,
last week.
it's up, this is down from last week. So last week, I had maybe 60 people. That would be 50%. So I had 45 people like. I reached about 45 people last week. This week, I'm only reaching 29 people. So I'm doing something wrong this week. The post reach. This is the total reach out of how many people are seeing the Rotary Peacemakers page. In my specific post, 0 people have seen a post this week. I know why, because I haven't posted anything.
Yeah.
But the post reach is getting nothing, no engagement. And the people engaged this are 2. Now, why does that match? Because the only people who engage anything with Rotary Peacemakers like the page. So there's been no other post. I can tell, I can read people's insights and say how often they're posting and if it's good stuff or not. So this is saying that I haven't posted anything, and because of that, I've only got 2 new posts, or 2 new likes. So that's bad.
Does the people engaged, that also counts as people who comment?
Correct. People engagement is people who touched your post. The post reach is Paul Black doesn't like Rotary Peacemakers, but he saw it. It's reaching other people outside your own network. All right, so now I'm going to go, and I looked at all of them, and this one had the best, so that's why I'm using it.
Not only that, but the insights can actually tell you when the people you have liked is on your site. In other words, you can get down to, I know that Friday night between 7 and 9 o'clock.
Are your
oh, wait,
peak hours. Yes. On a phone, you can't see that in depth, but on a computer, you can really, once you get a hold of this, you can start seeing, and it has a graph of the time of day and where your reach was the highest. Employers, all of us here, we hate to hear that the peak hours are 8 to 5, because that means everybody's Facebooking while they're at work. It's true.
That gives you an idea of when you should be posting, is what I guess where I was going with that too.
Yes. So, it's not as good as I thought. Let me look at. Boy, it's.
Kelly, if Mary Kay is actually doing my post for me now, and they go in like every couple of days and do a new post, but they don't put hashtags and stuff. I should be going in on the off days at least and posting myself.
Correct. And you can take their Facebook post and share that post and add your personal hashtags to it.
Well, my posts that are putting on my page are pretty much what they're putting on their page.
Okay.
They're doing it automatically, so I let them do it, so I didn't have to go every day and post, but they're not reaching people.
Then you can comment in that post with your hashtags.
Can she edit the post? Or no?
Not if she's not an admin to Mary Kay's page.
But it's her page.
It's my page.
But they're posting on, you can't,
They're not sharing their page, they're just posting directly on my page.
you can try it. You can try to edit the post, but I don't think you can. It depends. It depends what your settings are.
So comments will work then too?
Yes.
Okay.
So you
Help
can,
each other out in this room by commenting on someone else and putting hashtags.
hashtags, correct.
Okay.
So, I'm gonna do Clayton Win because there's been a lot of activity on that this week. So the total page likes are 200. That can get better because we have 97 members. So that really should be higher, over 100. So everybody should be sharing and watching what Clayton Win is doing. So that really needs to, we need to go on a share campaign of all these pages. That is up 2%. The new page likes, and remember this is in 1 week, that is up 300%. The total reach, now this is where you're going to start getting really, you're going to notice what I notice. The total reach is 894 people. That is up 473.1%. They only have 200 likes, people, and they're reaching 894 people. That's what you want to target and get really good at. It's, okay, only 200 people like me, but I'm going to reach more. How do I get them to reach more?
How does Facebook know that?
It's,
Or actually
it depends on how long,
or-
it depends. If you liked Clayton Win and it's on your page and you only have 40 friends, that's a potential of 40 people who are logged in at that time that it captures. Post reach, 802 people that it reached at 438% gain. So that's up. And then 145 people engaged at 504% increase. All right, so let's talk about this. The post reach, whatever post that they did reached 802 people. That specific post reached 802 people, which accounted for the most total reach of 894. The people engaged is 145. Guess what? Out of 200 people, you've got 145 people activating on that page. That is good. That means whoever is liking their page is liking it for a reason, and they're using it, and they're doing something with it. And I know, because I'm an admin on the page, when we post something, everyone's liking it, everyone's commenting, everyone's sharing it, and that's what you want to get to. What are they putting in here that is getting people to do something with it? A lot of people use quotes, and they put quotes on Facebook. That's not going to get a lot of people to like it. They don't care, really, what Gandhi said. But if that's not going to get people to engage it. You really want to ask questions. The more you can ask questions and get people to comment, that's what's creating more reach. If you've ever seen Amanda Keats commented on this post, that's what is going to get your reach more and stay at the top of people's news feeds. That's the goal. Every time you touch something, you know it's going on the top of your news feed to other people. And then to answer your question, the way that Facebook gets these numbers is based on who was logged in, who liked that page, and how many friends they had that were logged in. It's really a science, and they've got it pretty down pat. This is your #1 business tool. In 2014, going into 2015, this should be the most important thing on everybody's business plan, is really laser line focus on how they can improve these insights. And every week you get a new test of how you did, every day. You can log in and be like, oh gosh, I didn't get any new likes. I didn't get any activity. So, is there any questions about this?
Very
I have
insightful.
Okay.
When do you start your private lessons?
Well, I can, and after the CBA, I've met with a few people to go over their specific business and what, I don't know a lot about chiropractic care, but I can tell you what would work. And we talked about doggy doos. Every dog that goes out of there with pink hair should be on Instagram and Twitter and on Facebook, and a doggy of the day, all of that kind of stuff will get. So if somebody were to search for a dog groomer, Doggy Doos is going to come up before anybody else because you guys are posting. I've spent $0 on advertising, $0 on marketing in 2 years. We went from 21 events the first year to 142 last year. So that's about every 3 days we have somebody in this house. That's $0 in advertising, $0 in marketing, and not touching my website. It is only because of my social media presence. And that is how people are finding you. If you don't believe it, get behind it because it's true. People are finding you on social media, not on websites. And it's good to have websites, but the other good thing about social media is it's instant communication with your target audience. People who already like you, they're already doing business with you, and it's instant communication. You can't do that instant communication with a website.
Tag along with this, do hashtag along on your comment about private construction.
Hashtag tag along.
There you go. I do what I do well. I don't necessarily sit down on the computer every day to do that well. What insight do you have? Because somebody asked me not too long ago, it's like, who does your admin? And admin to me has a completely different, because of my age, it has a completely different meaning than what you're doing. Could you give any input on, I have an accountant, because I'm not an accountant.
Okay.
I want to transfer all that over. What about having someone to do the admin portion, who's going to monitor this, work this? Any insights on what we should have in mind when we go out looking for that person?
Okay, so the people in the room that have employees, I promise you there's somebody in your office that can do this for you. And they're probably under the age of 30. So think about who you want to give an extra task to, an extra responsibility, and make it fun. This is fun for people to do. I love doing it. I don't want to love anymore. Not as good, but yeah. But somebody, especially at the steakhouse, especially at the jewelry store, we've already talked about your employee, especially Ashley. All of these people that you guys have, there is somebody who already, what I call, the answer's already in the room. You just have to find out who that is. Ask around. Hey, are you guys comfortable with social media? Are you on Twitter? Are you on Instagram? Great. You want to be an admin on my page? Take it. Run with it. That's the first step. Before you pay somebody to do this, look at who you already have. Holly, you look defeated. So if you don't have employees, if you don't have somebody that can do this, I would suggest try it yourself before you pay somebody. This is a free service that really anybody can do. If you get stuck, if you need a direction on where to go, the jumping off point, I can help you for free. I'll do another class. We'll do private settings and just say, okay, here's where you need to do. You need to, all of your bags need to get on Instagram right now. Those kind of things. There's stuff that you can do right now and you don't have to pay somebody. This is a marketing thing. This is part of marketing and advertising. So there are marketing companies, I think there's 3 now in town that you can maybe talk to. I know they have a service of running social media for a business. So you can call them.
So should we be using hashtags on personal and business pages or just?
You can use it on personal and business pages. It has the same effect. But like I said about my music I listened to on the way here, that doesn't do anything. It's just if you want to kind of stay relative or hip. But if you are eating a burger, hashtag burger, that would benefit him. hashtag
Steakhouse.
eating
Like
lunch,
steakhouse burger.
hashtag Clayton Steakhouse, hashtag best burgers in town, hashtag, because burgers isn't going to trend. So that's where it would benefit. So the first thing, and then we'll get into the answer, the question and answers. The first thing that everybody should be doing is thinking of a custom hashtag. That's the first takeaway. So hashtag Blacklease Printing, because that says what she is and who she is in that one. Hashtag Vicky K, Mary K, or Vicky K. That would work. Vicky Adams, Mary K. Hashtag Hugh Wellness. Yes, I would put something, not just wellness. Yeah, whatever. Hashtag Pretty Lady.
Is it more pertinent for the people that are posting to know that hashtag, or the people you're trying to get? In other words,
Oh, yeah, good
we go by PYE, so that would be a real easy hashtag.
I wouldn't.
but-
Yeah, I would not do that. You have a perfect hashtag, Perna Yoga.
Okay,
It says who you are and what you do.
right.
I wouldn't just do doggy doos. I would do doggy doos grooming. Same thing. Clayton Steakhouse. It says who you are and what you are. That's a good one. So those kind of things. That's what we want to do. Downtown Clayton. That should be one. And then you can think of all the other ones. A concert series. The tree lighting. Tuesday tune-up. Those are, and I've worked with the chamber a lot. I'm on their marketing committee about every time that somebody's at a business after hours, they should be checking into that business after hours. They should be hashtagging networking, hashtag chamber, hashtag Clayton Chamber. All of those things, it's helping the chamber's presence. And if you were to do a search for Chamber of Commerce, Clayton would be one of the first ones to come up. If someone does a search for venue, I'm one of the first ones to come up because I'm getting people to check in constantly when they're here. And that's another thing, events. I should add that to this. So another type of page on Facebook. So you've got your personal page, your business page, your group page, and then you have event pages. What would be an event? Well, you could have the Ireland trip, something like that is an event. You would have your feed the need, serve the need, feed the need, serve the need. You would have serve the need, that specific lunch.
We have online and wellness events.
That should be at a Facebook event. And then when you see those events, if you're going, you should go. You should say that you're going and then comment within that event page. So it's still the same thing. Post, comment, like, hashtag within an event page. What that's going to do, if Amanda Keats is having an event at her chiropractic place and I say I'm going, the next day I'm going to go into that event and say, can't wait. See you there. Because that post is now, it's going to say, Kelly Norman commented on this event. And that's putting that event back on my homepage for the second day. So events are very important. Yes?
Quick question, like, I'm with Hometown, like, when I go do phone duty, I'm in the office, would you do that as sort of like an event? Would you, like, come see me, or on duty, or, like, when I go in?
That would not be an event. What would be an event would be if you guys had an open house at a property.
Okay.
Those are huge for realtors. You should have this address, open house, free food, come out. And you can go in and invite people to that. So if you know specific people who are looking for a 3-bedroom house ranch, you could go into the people who've liked that page and like them and invite them to that event. So with the event, you also get to check in. And we keep talking about checking in. Does everybody know what checking in means? We're having lunch at the steakhouse. We checked into the steakhouse that we're having lunch.
We should all be checking in right now, downtown development.
You can.
Right?
But why can't you? You can't do that. Why? because Tune Up Tuesday is not an event on Facebook. You cannot do that. You can check into a place or you can check into an event.
So we could check into Wagner House.
You can check into Wagner House and say hashtag Tune Up Tuesday, Tuesday Tune Up. So
Bruce needs to be having these weekly events.
So the best thing about that, Facebook is it's really genius. They make it so easy, and this is what I can help you with of showing you what to do. He can create an event one time for Tuesday Tune Up. And what that does, every week he can just go in and change the date. What happens is it comes up on your page, Tuesday Tune Up, change the date of the event. And it notifies you and it gets online presence. It's a double win. So if you have a reoccurring thing like an open house, you can just simply change the addresses, change the date, change the times, and those people who have already said that they're coming to the last one will get a notification that something's changed in there. So it's really good.
So how difficult is it to set up an event on the face page?
It's so easy.
Doing it now.
It's, so under events,
Where's the PowerPoint?
Done and done.
so under events, you will see create new event. It says the address, the time, and the date. And you can put a description, you can even put a picture if you want. And it's as simple as that. When you start inviting people to it, that can be a little tricky, but honestly, you will see all of that. It kind of walks you through. Do you want to invite people? You don't want to invite somebody. Now, when I say be obnoxious, be annoying, I don't mean don't invite somebody from Michigan to a tune-up or a Tuesday tune-up. Don't go in and be one of those people who invite everybody to everything. Really be specific on who you're targeting and who you want to come to this sidewalk sale. A sidewalk sale could be an event. You could do a sidewalk sale from October 1st to October 31st. And that is just a constant thing. And then if somebody gets a bag from your sidewalk sale, you should get them to take a picture of that and post it in the event page. And that's constantly getting that sidewalk sale back on their newsfeed. Look what I just got from Classy Stitches today. And it's coming up. Kelly Norman posted a picture in Classy Stitches sidewalk sale. You can't pay for that kind of advertising.
Is there a way to keep up on all this stuff, like, so that, because I know literally tomorrow something's gonna change, not with this necessarily, but just keeping abreast of this stuff?
You could probably do some research on it. I follow Google Analytics on Twitter, so I get a lot of the new data and the new statistics off of that page.
Okay.
So Google Analytics is a great one to follow because they're great. I mean, they're the ones who wrote the science, but they constantly write updated information. And I've got a lot of statistics on who's on Facebook, who's on Twitter, who's on LinkedIn, who's on Instagram, the age groups. So depending on who you're targeting.
I have a question. If I have RSVP for an event, can't I go back in now and do a comment? Can I right click on my heading on my business page and put it there where people can actually go in there and like my business page?
Yes, you can. You can share. They all intertwine. Events, business page, personal page, and groups, they all intertwine. You can post a personal page in an event. You can post an event page in a business page. They all work together.
Because I'm one of the featured vendors. So if I go in and say, look forward to seeing everybody and, like my page,
Yes.
I can actually put the photograph of my page there.
Yes, you can. And you can also copy your link. Links are clickable on Facebook. So if you were to do a search, or if you were to copy your Facebook homepage, that will go, if you paste that in a post, I'm probably losing a lot of y'all, that will come up and it'll say Mary Kay's business page. Vicki Adams, Mary Kay business page. So all of those links are clickable on
Business page
Facebook.
or fan page?
You would,
Two different
it would be a business page. A lot of people say that people should have a business page, and they mean getting another Facebook account with your business address where you have to add friends. That is not recommended. You want one that only gets likes. That's where you get this, the analytics.
So, I just went to my business page and I was trying to find out where to post an event, but I don't see that anywhere on here. Is that, you have to do the event from your personal page?
You have to create an event. So whether you're logged in as Perna Yoga or logged in as Gail, you need to create an event, and then with that,
Right, but what I'm saying is I don't see where to create the event.
go back
To what?
to your home.
My home? Personal home? Okay, and then there's events.
Yep, go to events and it'll say click new or start create new event.
Right.
And that's where you do it.
So, but that creates it on my personal page.
On your phone, you're limited.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
On your phone, there's two different types. Because when you are on a computer, you can switch who you're operating as. Everyone knows, they've seen that. You're operating as Kelly Norman or you're operating as Historic Wagner House. So if I was operating as the Wagner House, then I would create the event. Any other questions? We are right on time, so yes.
I recommend to create an event on your business page. They do have a page manager app, and you can create events in the page manager app directly to your business page.
Thank you for bringing that up. So does everybody have a separate app to run their business page?
I don't think so.
Okay, your Facebook app is very limited to what it can do. And you can see your insights, but it's not as easy versus, thank you for tagging me. I just saw that. Yeah. This is what it looks like. And you probably have been prompted to download that and you didn't know what it was, so you ignored it. Because when you're in your business page on a Facebook app, it has already prompted you to download the Pages Manager. It's a little white box with a yellow flag in it, and it says Pages. That is what runs your business pages. It's a lot easier with this. It's no personal, it's only business pages.
But like, how can I don't want my personal mixed with the business one I'm doing, because like you, I don't, I don't, so how do I set that up?
When you become an admin, unfortunately, it will always fall under your pages.
Right.
But no one ever sees that it's you.
Okay.
When you see posted by Boo Carver, you're the only one that's seeing that.
Okay.
And any other admin is the only one seeing that. It does not come up on my page that Boo Carver
It's just an
posted.
invisible-
Yep,
Okay.
it doesn't exist. They don't know
That's
who's
something I
posting.
can Set the administrator of that page.
Correct.
And is that a separate app?
Yes. The minute that you start becoming an admin of a page, and most of you all have business pages, you all should download this app. And I'll kind of walk it around. It's
From the business page itself?
no, it's a completely different app on your phone.
You can go to the
So you go to the App Store or whatever it's called for Droid. It's on the phone, it's on the iPad, but you don't need it on a computer. On a computer, you can see everything that you want to see. You don't need this, but on a phone, you're very limited to what you can do. So it's this.
Is it called, Kelly?
You can try to do a search for Facebook pages, or Page Manager is what it's called, Page Manager. So this is what it looks like. It should be that icon. Even if you're on a Droid, it should be the same. So this is, oh,
So I would have to see that
this.
after I become an admin. See, I want to leave on her stuff.
Kelly, what's your Wi-Fi here?
It's Wagner House.
Oh, yeah. Missy, we might tag along.
Do you have that? Okay. This is what it is, right there. Okay, you got it. You're,
Our Wi-Fi is not.
you're probably too far back here.
You can get on Hamlet Clayton for free.
Yep.
I can't even, I don't even see. The only
So
one I
this
see
is the app that it looks like. It's that little. Yeah, because it probably, sorry. Because it probably prompted you to download that when you were doing stuff on your personal Facebook. It kind of takes you to that next level, and you should be doing it from the Facebook Pages app.
Kelly, can you talk about something I know that they'll see, you know, we brag that we don't spend any money on advertising, but they're gonna see that boost button.
Yep.
And then they might read that,
Yep.
no, your Facebook page, unless you pay money for
Correct.
boosted, is not gonna be seen by anybody. So can you speak to
Correct.
that for them?
So what Stacy said, and that's a good point, is you can advertise on Facebook. What are you advertising? What are you paying for? What you're paying for? Who's seen, right now it's a political, but you'll see a politician's face on your newsfeed and you're like, I don't even like him, personally or on Facebook. Why is he on my page? Because he's paid, and what is that called? A suggested post. How many have seen that? Everybody seen them? Those people have paid to have that. Why is it on yours? Why is that politician on your newsfeed? Because somebody you're friends with liked that politician's page. Because what that politician has done has paid, it's called a boost, a post boost. What that's done is they've paid to get on their people who's liked them friends list. That's how they got to you. So that's the map behind that. Did that make sense? Do I need to draw something? So if Kelly, this is Kelly's news feed. And I'm just going to pick on somebody. I don't know, just because they're all over the TV. Tom Tillis. Let's say, and I'm going to use a politician because it's right now, that's probably all you're seeing. So on my news feed, and let's say I don't even know, I've never liked Tom Tillis's Facebook page, but let's say Paul Black has. This is how they found me.
And Paul Black is a friend of yours.
Correct. Paul Black is a friend of mine. Tom Tillis has paid money to get to Paul Black's friends list. That is how you increase a reach, is by getting to the people who already like you's friends list. So, be careful who you're friends with. So, how much is it? They start at $5, these ads. I have done it one time, and I've done it for the Clayton Derby Day event. We paid $10. Y'all, I want you to see something. I paid $10 one time, and what you're doing is you are boosting a post. So I was very creative which post I wanted to boost. So I put a picture of a horse, a picture of people in hats, and a picture of food. It painted a story of what I wanted, and I combined those three pictures, and I said the date and the time and where at in the comment, in the caption, and that's the post that I boosted, because that is going to get, everyone's going to know it's painting a story in that one post. I paid $10, and I reached 40,000 people.
Are you,
So you reached them one time,
One time.
one time.
One time, I reached 40,000 people with one post.
Can you demographic that post? Can you kind of customize it to who you want to reach?
Totally.
Okay.
You cannot pick who that post is going to. It's already going to go to the people who like your page, their friends.
Right, okay.
So if all their friends are 15-year-olds, you're going to target
If
15-year-olds.
you don't have that many friends, it's not going to reach that many.
So
Let's
this,
compare that to something, somebody came in and talked about print advertising.
uh-huh,
They were like, we're gonna send this out to, I think he said 35,000 people. And a good return, would I would actually get 15 people into my business, what's an expected return? Spend $10, it went to 40,000 people, but the analytics or demographics or however Facebook and all that
I
works.
can't tell you.
I mean,
And that was
how
a
many
conversation.
tens of millions of people are on Facebook? We reached 40,000, no matter how targeted, what was the return?
So in business, one of the things we always talk about is customer acquisition, right? How much does it cost you to obtain a new customer? I can't answer that. What I can answer is that this is $0. It's the first time that a customer acquisition is $0. Whether you get one customer or 10, I can't tell you. What I can tell you is that you're going to get new likes. And when you get new likes, you get more people that you can get your message across to that have the opportunity to come to your business. But I have never, I don't know. I can't say that this will equate in this amount of dollars or this amount of growth. You will know your own business. And then everybody, I think everyone already does. How have you heard about us? 95% of my clients found me on Facebook. Yes.
When you did that, and you did this post, did you put a hashtag in the post?
That one, I don't know if I did. I'm going to try to find it.
The thing is,
Okay, right here. Here it is. Here's the post, seen by 44,080 people. So this was the post that I did, and it tells you how many people saw that post on this page app. So 44,000 people saw that one post. It cost me $10. Why did it reach 44,000 people? What did it do? It had a suggested post of Clayton Derby Days with that picture, and it went to the 275 people that liked my page, their entire friend list. It was on their news feed. So that's what, if you're going to spend money on just boosting one post, but be very creative on what you post. And what I did with that is I also got a lot of new likes. I would say probably 75 new likes liked that page after I did that post. And if you scroll, Sarah, you're going to see the other posts only reached 40 people, 20 people, 16 people, and then boom, 44,000. So it does work.
you also kind of probably comment that you're probably gonna have to be more diligent on being on Facebook, because now people are gonna start to communicate with you through Facebook.
Correct. So if you do this and you learn, hey, it's working, and you go 2 weeks without doing it, your insights are going to drop. Your goal every week is to watch those insights and to get them higher.
Okay, I've started turning off my Facebook, logging out of my Facebook on my phone, because the videos that are on there constantly run and it drains my battery.
Okay?
So how do I turn those videos off so I can stay logged in?
I can't turn them off.
I hadn't figured out how to do it. They say there's a way you can do it.
You can go, I think there's something in your settings that you can go into and disable automatic video play. But I haven't played around with it, so I don't know.
On the phone or in the Facebook page?
On the phone is data.
Right.
Battery's really bad.
I have a question. Kelly, I have a question. I want to keep my personal and business really separate. So if I want to like somebody's business, but I want to keep it business to business and not let everybody on my personal, that's why I've really been hesitant. I mean, I have my business page, but I haven't really figured out how to keep them really separate. So if I want to like other businesses, can I like them from my business?
You can like it from your business page and you can like it from your personal
What if
page.
I don't want it on my personal page?
The business page cannot see you. The business page cannot go into your personal page unless there's nothing they can see. They can only see what you have public to people who don't know you. Meaning, if you have public that you are married and this age and a female, then that is what that business page will click on and see when they click on your name. But if you have that locked down on privacy settings, then they can't see you. They only see your picture, your name, where you live, and whatever else you have public. So I don't have anything. If you aren't friends of mine, you can't see anything of mine except for that I live in Clayton. I don't even have my age. I just have that I live in Clayton and that I'm female. And then my profile pic, that's it. I think I have a few posts that are public. So that's how you boost a post. Would that be, did I answer your question?
Yes.
The next question is, how do I remove that sun from your face?
Just keep moving.
So is there any other questions? This is, I thank you for bringing that up, and thank you because those are major things. I would recommend that all of you boost a post. That's another action item that you can take away, is pay $5, pay $10. You will see when you go to do that, how many the more you spend, the more reach you get. So if you spend $20, you're going to hit 100,000 people, because they're going to continue to spread those spider legs as many places as they can to get you to that reach. That's what you're paying for. You're paying for them to boost it all over. Because what they'll do is they'll go, so Tom Tillis will go to Paul Black's newsfeed for $10 and get to all his friends. For $20, they're going to go to Paul Black's friends' friends. So they're going to go to my friend list for the $20, and that's how they spread their reach.
How do you find out, because I know this too, is how do you find out if friends are still active on your page, on your, not likes, on your personal page?
How do you find out if they're active? If they're still your friend?
Yeah, they're still your friend.
If you click on their name, if you were to do a search for Kelly Norman, and if it says add friend, you've been deleted.
Okay. Add friend.
Yes, if it says add friend, that means you're no longer friends. If it comes up and it says friends, you're friends.
And how do you get people that are on your, trying to get you personally to get to your business page? In other words, they're asking to be friends of yours, but I don't want them on my personal page. I want them on my business.
So
page.
what you can
how
do,
you do that?
you can send them a message. So
Okay.
if Kelly Norman sends you a friend request and you're like, I don't want to know what she had for lunch, I don't care anything to see her kids, then you're going to send a picture, or you're going to send a private message to them and say, hey,
Okay.
please like this page instead. Because you can message without being friends with people and create a link and send it right to them.
I have a whole list of that, and that's why I've never answered that.
Right, me too.
People haven't answered, because I'm thinking, I just want to find my kids and my friends there.
Right.
And it's like, all these people.
And that is okay. That is socially acceptable not to mix. And it's up to you whether you want to be friends with people you know on a personal level or not know. That's completely up to you. And the other side of this will be a LinkedIn class. A lot of y'all came to the LinkedIn class that we did. LinkedIn is a whole different game. Even if you don't know those people, accept them. You want to build a network in LinkedIn. But Facebook, it's up to you.
So when are you going to do LinkedIn?
Bruce. LinkedIn. We did it a few months ago. We'll probably do another one. But any other questions? Now, I mean, we have 35 minutes just for questions. Y'all can make it personally about your specific, if you have questions about what hashtags to use. Are you guys starting to get creative?
I guess I was paying attention, I didn't get the answer. When you boost a post, would you put hashtags on
I don't know. I
it? You
don't.
said you didn't, but I meant, would you?
Yeah, you could, absolutely, because now,
recommend
absolutely. So what Bruce is asking is, when you boost a post, should you use a hashtag in that? You absolutely should.
Do you have to create a hashtag somewhere? This is sort of backing up.
Yeah, I know what you're saying with that on right there.
What do you mean?
No, as soon as you type it in, that becomes the hashtag.
But
That is it.
And then
Oh,
you
yeah.
can search Google for
Yep.
that.
Where do you create yours?
You just make it. So if you wanted yours to be Hugh Wellness Clayton,
Okay.
You
Well,
just-
There's like 5 new chiropractors in town, and what if someone stole Clayton Chiropractic or Chiropractor Clayton? That's not necessarily theirs then, because there's like 5 of them that are gonna be like, hey, I'm now Clayton Chiropractor.
right,
Does that make sense? So how do you
That's why you have to get specific.
brand it?
you would brand it by doing 2 in 1 post. Chiropractic, hashtag chiropractic care, hashtag Clayton, hashtag quintessential wellness.
Okay.
Because what that's going to do is if they do a search for chiropractic
Okay.
in Google,
Okay.
you're gonna come up because of, you wrote it, but then they're gonna see wellness, quintessential wellness.
Wow, this is.
But if another chiropractor uses the same hashtag, is that what you're asking?
Yeah,
Then they would come up, but all of you guys are coming up, but she would be higher if she's posting more, is what it comes down to.
The number of times.
It's how many,
Just what you needed to hear.
Facebook post, social media posting, Facebook posting should be a daily duty of your business. You should put it in as a, if you're open, you should be posting. And a lot of times, don't be wordy. Do more hashtags than you do normal words. So if you're posting 4 or 5 or 6 sentences, people are scrolling like this. You have a 2-second thumb time for them to scroll you up. So very little words, specific to the point.
So you've seen a couple of mine,
Yes,
Facebook posts last 4 or 5 days.
yes,
And they are worded.
yes.
So how are you able to get the point across in just a very few words?
You have,
Would that be picture more than anything else?
yep, a picture paints 1,000 words. So, yeah, you and jewelry are the easiest. Probably Mary Kay too. But you should put a picture of ribeye steak and put hashtag daily special, hashtag Clayton, hashtag eat local, hashtag support a local business, hashtag lunch, hashtag dinner. That's creating the picture in itself.
And the reason he does all those different ones is so that if somebody searches Clayton lunch, he's gonna
Correct.
come up.
Correct.
It doesn't mean that he's gonna necessarily go and look and see what the results are from hashtag lunch, right? He doesn't
Correct.
care, it's just a matter of putting all that together so that when someone searches in Google, he comes up.
I'm going to give you an example, and we could probably do it right now and make it easier, but you could do a search right now, like if you guys, I haven't seen what a few of you have tagged me in a post. If we hashtagged downtown Clayton, if you do a search for downtown Clayton,
Tuesday tune-up, I just did it.
okay, Tuesday tune-up, maybe only one person did that, which is you. But downtown Clayton, if we all agree that we're always going to, because on every one of my posts, let me pull up an Instagram post. I constantly put Clayton, downtown, NC, because what that's going to do is at any point, if someone were to do a search because Clayton is trending, if they do a search for hashtag Clayton, if they click on that, you're going to see all the area businesses that are posting, and this could change this town's business scape. And I'm going to give you an example.
Where are you searching on?
So I'm going to show you.
Okay, I'm
So
sorry.
you want all of us to be hashtagging downtown Clayton?
Whatever we decide, downtown Clayton's a great one. So here's like,
Downtown Clayton NC actually, because there's a bazillion Clayton.
Downtown
Right.
Clayton NC.
so I took a picture of my food that I catered the Rotary midday. And so I took a picture of a gross table with just lunch meat on it. But that it doesn't matter, because what was more important is that Wagner Weddings posted, "Let us cater your next lunch meeting." Those were regular words. Then hashtag catering, hashtag Wagner House, hashtag Wagner Weddings, hashtag Clayton, hashtag bride, hashtag brunch, hashtag luncheon.
Wow, all in one post.
All in one post. So if anybody were to do a search for catering or luncheon or bride or Clayton or anything, it doesn't really matter that my picture is of lunch meat.
Copy and paste and post that on like everything.
You can. And so the next one, you know, a wedding, you know, all I did was take a picture of food and I said cocktail hour. Very simple. Hashtag Wagner House, hashtag Wagner Weddings, hashtag Wagner Catering, hashtag wedding, hashtag NC event, hashtag offsite. So if somebody's searching for offsite catering, it's going to come up. That's how you get into finding your customers, because somebody is searching for catering in Clayton, and I'm going to be the first one to come up.
But where are you searching? I'm so sorry.
Okay, so now if I were to
Are you
do,
searching, like when they're searching, are they searching on Google? Are they
so
searching on?
here's what you do. On Instagram, and I wish I could show somehow this, but I'm going to click on any one of these hashtags, okay? I'm going to click on Wagner Wedding. It came up with people, I have no clue who they are, because these are all people who have used that hashtag at local events. And that's, so if I were to do a,
Can you find out who they are?
What hashtag are you making?
oh yeah. So here is, I'm going to click on Clayton. Okay, so there's somebody very active. So all I did was clicked on my hashtag Clayton, and I didn't see these somewhere and start using them. I just made up my own. So hashtag Clayton, hashtag NC, hashtag venue. So I just clicked on hashtag Clayton, and when I saved, if someone were to search or to see what's trending, here's a ton of eyeglasses from Clayton Franklin, some optometry. Here is, let's see, a lot of pictures of people. But we really need to probably start writing Clayton NC, because this is another Clayton. So
I can promise you, you'll get something other than Clayton NC. You get it all the time at the end, at the Morning Glory Inn. People think we're Clayton, Georgia.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, you gotta put NC on it.
Would you-
Yeah, this is in Paris. Don't know why that is, but it looks like, okay. The sweetest little candy shop. And it's Nancy Joe's and Classy Stitches. That picture came up under Clayton NC. So you're already, people are taking, and that's somebody,
You're on Main Street.
I don't know who this is, but 2 days ago, they took a picture of your building and said, the sweetest little candy shop, and she has 12 comments and 61 likes. Why did she come up first?
Doesn't do anything.
Apparently makes some sweet tea.
There's apparently a Clayton, France, because there's a lot of France.
No space.
So, so yeah, I just did a search for, I just clicked on my Wagner house, and there's, I mean, wedding pictures from everybody else. There's my post, but there's also people, photographers, people who have taken pictures of my house that have done Wagner house. Because I try to tell all my brides, make sure that you create a hashtag for your wedding. That's free advertising. When all those people are checking into the Wagner house, and if you look at, another way that you can tell how active you are is by doing a search. So the historic Wagner house, I've had 528 people check in here. So it says it, as soon as you search for your business, like you could search Blackley's Printing, in fact I will, Blackley's. Three people were there. So that's something that you can encourage them to do while they're at your business, checking in, because that's getting more people who have been there. And these are things that you cannot do in traditional advertising. Did you have any questions?
No, a little later.
Okay.
Someone apparently showed up for their appointment early. Sorry.
Hashtag too early.
Late for our appointment.
There you go, hashtag move.
Hashtag bye.
Just check in.
Yeah.
On my personal page,
Yes.
but I hashtag my business page.
Correct. That's a perfect thing that you should do.
I didn't hashtag my business page, I just put Vicki Adams Mary Kay.
That's fine. That's fine. That's the start of it. And what you do,
We should be doing it on our personal page and our business page?
Sure.
Or just our business?
it's up to you. It depends on how annoying you want to be. If people, well, it's okay to be annoying on your business page because that's what you should be posting. But it's not, people are going to get tired of seeing your business stuff on your personal page because if I like both pages, I'm going to be seeing double information. So I would recommend you only doing it on your business page and you keep sharing your business page for your friends to like your business page.
I can't check in on my business page, right?
Yes, you can check in as a business if you create a place. So if you were to check in Mary Kay's home office in your home office, that you can check in. Fulfilling orders, let me know if you want one. You know, placing a last minute order, is there anything anyone needs?
I don't do that.
You go to check in and it'll say,
On my personal page?
pull up your Facebook, and we're going to do it. So what she's asking is, how do you create a place if it doesn't exist right now? What you're going to do is, and everyone can do it right now, you go to your personal Facebook, is fine, or you can log in as your business, and you want to go to check in, and if you don't see that, what I know comes up right here is going to be Southern Traditions House, Historic Wagner House, Downtown Clayton, Clayton NC. Those are the places that come up. If you don't see what you want to check into, write it in the search bar. So write Vicky Adams, Mary Kay's office, or Mary Kay's office at Vicky Adams. You can write whatever you want. You can write Classy Stitches if it's not up, but I think yours is already up. I know Main Street Jewelers is up. Steakhouse is definitely up. A lot of people post from your place.
Yeah.
That is one of the most trendable things that I've seen in Clayton, is a Clayton Steakhouse. So it's already happening. It's getting that other side of the people to do it.
Okay, so once I type in Vicky Adams, Mary Kay office,
Okay?
so I put it in.
It hit search or something, and it'll say create a new place, and you just say okay. And then now you will be able to check in and do a search, and it will be there.
Bad places.
Right. Let me see. I mean, it's got Topsail, Mary Kay Seminar. These are all the places you went. So write it again.
I think I put a space between the hashtags.
And it's okay to learn and mess up, because it doesn't stay for long. You know, if it's not a good hashtag, it just doesn't trend. Sorry.
Okay, so I'm running this other page. I've got my Instagram on my phone. You can't have theirs at the same time, correct?
Robin
Correct.
is in Cancun, and she's responding to the hashtag I just put out there.
Good. Yes, you cannot have two Instagrams under one account like you can on Facebook. So you would need a personal one and
So is that two different apps?
same app, log out, log in.
So if I'm liking on my Instagram, like if I go on their Instagram and I'm sharing to the Facebook, how does it know where to share to? My personal or the app?
Depending on what you're logged in as. If you get that Pages app, you're only going to post as a business. It has no ties to your personal.
So the Pages app, the Instagram will know to post to the Pages app.
Correct.
Because it's the same.
Whichever one you tie it into.
Okay, I know this sounds really ridiculous, but it doesn't let me create a new account on Instagram.
Okay. So you,
I can't log, when I try to log in, I don't have an account, so
okay.
it won't, it's not giving me the option to even.
Can you do it on your phone?
Why can't I do that? That doesn't make any sense.
Because Instagram is better as an app, not as a website. It's kind of what I've been saying about,
Do it by the phone anyway.
right. So,
It seemed odd to me.
yeah, it's, the only reason you would be on Instagram is if you lost your phone and you want to look up things, but it's really a phone app.
Okay, all right, gotcha.
Any other, yes,
To make another suggestion, one that I had a good feedback from was posting deals, like, as a side job, like graphic design. So I said I'll create your logo for this amount of money, and then I boosted it. And it was an ad that they could click on, and it would send me an email that this person was interested in whatever.
yes.
If you do online sales.
Right. That's more advanced. For, yeah. Yeah. For them to start paying for ad space is a whole nother presentation. We are just introductory
I did my
Facebook.
first hashtag today.
Yeah.
That's how we put it in.
Kelly, what's the average, for instance, with what I do various things. So should I be posting, either a recipe or an appliance, there's so many things I could do, but like, should it be, people have said like make it Recipe Monday and New Product Wednesday and like. And
What's your business?
I'm a wellness consultant and a colon therapist, so I work with people with their lifestyle, so it's all about the food and eating healthy and all of that.
Yes, you can do that. That's a great idea, doing Recipe Monday, New Product Tuesday.
But do I have to do 5 days? Somebody said do Monday through Friday and do it at the same time every day.
It's up to you. It's whatever, you will know if it's working based on your insights. If people don't like it, your insights are gonna stink. One thing that you could do for your specific business is, what foods upset your digestive system? What foods are you having problem? Ask me a question. Again, you're asking them to engage. Recipes are very good because people share them. But other than that, you really want to tap into your market and to get them to ask a question. For a realtor, what age were you when you bought your first home? People would want to post, people would say, oh, I was 19 when I bought my first home. Or have you ever had a great experience with a realtor that you couldn't have done by yourself? Share here.
What about, but somebody also said, like, for instance, if I were to, I could do 2 different things. I could post a little bit of information and then say, for the full story, and then have them click over to my blog on my webpage.
Correct.
That's one thing. The other thing is to put a video and just like a 1 sentence about that video, and so that would.
That all is
bring it
true.
up too. So, like one day, just have different topics each day.
Yep. And you will see based on your insight. I won't know if that's going to work for your business or not. This will tell you your insights. If people are engaging in it and they're clicking through to your blog and your blog traffic starts getting higher, and if you are, if you're engaging 145 of 200 people, then okay, they like it, I better keep going. If this is 0, they don't like it.
So you just said up there, like, the total page of likes, it said 200, and you're like, wow, that's a really good number. So for this, for us, the small business owners in the town, like, we're not in, like, Washington, D.C., is that a good average? Is there an average that's a good average to have?
Well, no, 200 is very low of overall likes on a page. Everyone, when you leave here, why don't you just do a drive time on your Facebook page to try to get to 1,000. You might already be at 950. You might already be, if you're at 1,200, go to 2,000. Go up, go big, and keep driving it every day. Please share this page. If you share this page, we're going to create a winner, or whatever you want to do as far as a promotion to share that page. But you really should be over, for a business, the minimum, I think, is 1,000. And that's going to vary.
I have a long ways to go to get there for my business. But I've asked people, I feel like 3 or 4 times already, please share it, please share it. And I feel like that, I feel like I'm nagging somebody, or maybe I'm not doing it correctly. Like, I'm not doing any of the hashtags. I just did something a while ago.
So as a realtor, your biggest uphill battle will be, I'm not looking for a house. I don't want to see house postings. So be careful. Again, you want to create you want to engage your audience. So by you posting a picture of a house, you're not going to get a lot of engagement, and that's going to be why people don't want to like a realtor page.
Okay.
So don't be that realtor. Do something that the other realtors aren't doing, such as, how old were you when you bought your first house? What is your favorite room in your house?
Favorite feature of your
Yeah, when looking at a house, what is the #1 can't live without benefit? Those kind of things. You want to spark a conversation with your audience. And people, if I saw that post, I would say, oh, kitchen. I bought my house because of my kitchen. And I would want to share that. Or, hey, for a new resident moving to Clayton, what is your favorite business in town? Because now all your clients who just moved to Clayton are going to benefit from that post, and all the people who already live there are going to comment on it. Oh my gosh, you have to go to Clayton Steakhouse. You know, you have to go to the Clayton Center and see a show. Make it more town-related, not house-related.
We're just add to that, I think. Remember, this is still about relationship building. And people respond more to relationships, like Kelly's saying, you know, what's your favorite house? Who in your house?
Yes.
What's your favorite business? That kind of thing. But it's all about relationship building and creating that connection.
Yes, that is
More
true.
so than just as being an ad or promoting what you're doing.
And there is a statistic of the millennials. They are 50% more likely to buy something based on what they saw on social media than any ad. And I can pull up all the stats if y'all really want to dive into it, but this target audience of, let's say, 35, you cannot reach them unless somebody's saying something about it on Facebook. The stats go even higher when it was a friend of theirs who posted about a business. They're going to go, oh, wow, I've never been there. I'm going to need to go there. They will respond more to what people have said about that business on Facebook or on social media than they would any ad on television or print. Print and that's all kind of dead, and you'll never reach me because I'm that kind of person. If you were to put an ad in a paper, I'm not going to, that's dead to me. But if my friend said that they went there and had a fantastic experience, I'm going to go on there. If they are advertising on Facebook, I'm going to go, wow, that's pretty cool. You know, I didn't know that was here in Clayton. It's just, I can't tell you why, but it's so true. People they're not advertising the way that they used to.
One of the things that struck me when you mentioned this is marketing, and I do marketing programs for businesses, and what I constantly see, and you just paralleled it when you said everybody has to do it, you need to do it every day. What I constantly see is business people get busy or whatever reason, but marketing is, for no other lack of a better description, slogging through the work of making the contacts, finding the people, and you have to keep doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it. And this is exactly the same thing. It's different method,
Yep.
but it's critical, and there's a crossover. The marketing is marketing, and it's work.
Yeah.
You like it or not, I mean, you obviously like doing it, and that's good, but it's work. It's something that has to be followed through on, and that's a big flaw I see in marketing people.
And if
Business.
it doesn't have to be you guys doing it. You can get, you know, Vicky, if you're a one-woman operation, you can get a niece or somebody, your son, somebody who could do this for you. You can always find somebody who is an expert in this or who enjoys doing it. It doesn't always have to be you guys, but if it is you guys, put it as a priority and a line item on your schedule every day. That the first thing I do when I come in is you could take a picture of your special board. You could take a picture of the first plate that goes out with that special, and that's when you do it. Whatever your rhythm wants to get in a rhythm and do it every day. And if you've got inventory, catch up on your inventory. Just start posting that every day. That'll keep you busy for a while. Travel. All clients who are on a trip, please Instagram us so that we can see you on your adventure. What is your favorite place to travel to? What's your favorite thing to do in Mexico? When's the last time you got away? How important is travel to you in your budget? Those kind of things are great for travel.
Kelly, with hashtag trending so much, would it be wise to put something like that on your business card?
Absolutely. Absolutely. On all my, Bruce has been hearing me say this for months. We should all have we should create a Clayton business card that has our Instagram, our Twitter, and our Facebook addresses, and then a hashtag. So that whatever people are doing, and we can all benefit from that little business card by saying, oh yeah, here's all the ways to find out what's going on. Because I don't know if y'all know, or if y'all find it, but I am a town ambassador. I'm constantly telling people, oh, you didn't know about the movie night? You didn't know about the concert series? You don't know about the sculpture walk? You don't know about the Clayton Center? There's constantly something going on. So, and people are like, how do I find this information? I'm like, well, you can go to the chamber, that's not where they're getting their information. If it comes up on people's news feeds, and then I have to go through it. Well, okay, you want to like the Downtown Development Association on Facebook, you want to like the chamber, you want to like the town, it's too much. So if we got one business card that everybody would say, here's how you find out about town information and what's going on, and when you're there, hashtag these, and on the back, here's mine, and here's my hashtags. It could be a reverse business card. Okay, so that's the way it should be on all of my print materials, on my menus, on my rental rates, on my contracts. Doesn't even have my website. It says my Facebook page. That's the other thing. Once you get a benefit of increasing this number, and I don't remember what the number is specifically, but I think it's 250. Once you get over a certain threshold of Facebook business pages, you can custom your URL. Does everyone know what a URL is? Mm-hmm. Website address? So mine was XYZ 249624, and it was hard. Okay, you're gonna have to do a search for Facebook and Historic Wagner House. But now, because I have over that, let me go to a new page. Now, because I have enough likes, now on all my business material, I have this instead of a website, .com/historic Wagner House. And that is on all of my print material.
So that goes to Facebook or to a website?
That goes to Facebook.
Facebook.
But you can custom this part once you have as many likes. And that's something that you can do right from your computer. Can't do it from your phone. You'll have to go on and see, it'll say custom URL. Because if they're trying to find you and it's 249C72, it's so hard. And they're like, is this the right Historic Wagner House? Is this, because there's other Wagner houses. So that's another action item that we should be doing, is making sure that you can custom your URL so it's pretty on print. This would look unprofessional. This, in your settings of your business Facebook page. And that's the same thing with LinkedIn. Everyone should have a personal URL for LinkedIn too. Because once you get a certain amount of connections, you can do the same thing, custom your URL. So once you get this stuff, this should be going on every one of your print. And you say that. Please like us on Facebook. You'll see our daily specials and you'll get all of our events and information. So.
Kelly, I got a question.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'm a home-based business. So if I go in there and create Vicki Adams, Mary Kay office,
Mm-hmm.
I've got to actually put my physical location in there. It says it's public, and it was asking for my physical location, phone number, all that stuff.
You don't have to put your physical address or your phone number. Those aren't required fields. So,
But can somebody find my house just from that home office? I
it
don't
will.
want to put the word home in there, period. I just want to put Mary Kay office.
Okay, Mary Kay office. Then they should not be able to, depending on how. If you do
It
it.
was showing a map, and it was asking me to.
Then do it on 42. Go to the Harris Teeter and do it there. Sit in the Harris Teeter parking lot and do it there. That way, that dot is somewhere else, but it's close enough so that it'll pick up on your location when you're at home. I did the same thing. I have a home theater, so when most of y'all are friends with me, y'all seen it. Whenever I'm watching a movie in my theater, I click that I'm at Norman Cinema 1, but I made that location at the beginning of my neighborhood. So somebody couldn't find my pin and come to my house and steal my theater. I don't want to advertise that I got electronics in the house.
Well, if I want people to check in, I want them checking into my office.
Every time you do a makeover,
Downtown location.
you should have them check in. The first thing we want to do when we get started is have you check in. Same thing with you. They don't have to say what service they're getting. But that really is something that you can start having a conversation with your customers. Now, not all of them are going to want to, and not all of them are going to know this lingo, but kind of target 45 and under when they walk into your store. Have you checked in that you're here? I'd really appreciate if you check into my business. And then have a sign and say, there you go, there, you can hashtag too if you're here. You have a chance to win. You know, you can create a contest or not. You can just ask them. Any other questions? We are ahead of schedule. We got about 5 minutes.
I just want to thank you for what you started with us. It's, to me, it's like going back to school. But the thing that's most amazing to me is how many people we can reach and how simple it really is.
Absolutely. And you're welcome. One thing that I want to point out of what it's done for the town. So my brides and Dawn, we kind of work together. Almost every bride goes over and gets their services done over there. And you know, because some of them went to your place, they're from Cary, they're from Wendell, they're from Zebulon, they're from Wake Forest, because all they're doing is searching wedding venue, and I'm bringing them here. So it helps everybody's business by working together and by creating a Clayton. It's boosting the town because I'm reaching people. I would have never advertised in Wake Forest or Wendell or Zebulon or Cary, and I couldn't afford to advertise in Cary. But I'm getting those type of clients because all they're doing is searching for a venue, and I'm coming up before the places in Cary. I'm coming up before the places in Raleigh, and it's because I'm very smart at what I'm hashtagging. So anybody does a search for venue, I'm coming up first. And everyone's going to catch on and copy it, but that's okay. It's frequent. How much are you posting? What are you posting? I'm engaging my people. You know, how old were you when you got engaged? How long have you been married? All that kind of stuff is just key to staying relative and present. So it's actually pulling a lot of people. Same thing with brunch. Never advertised brunch, but some of my main clients were coming from all over. And I'd say, how did you find us? Well, somebody said they were having brunch at the Wagner House on Facebook, and I didn't know y'all did brunch. And that's how it works.
Well, great.
Yep.
Kelly, thank you very much.
And like us on Facebook.
Well, thank you for being here. Again, Tuesday tune-ups are usually 8:30 to 9:30 for the rest of this year, which our Tuesday tune-up year will end a week before Thanksgiving. We're going to meet over at Sherry's Cheesecake. But you're more than welcome to come. We'd love to have you. And we learn this kind of stuff and more. So, but thanks for coming. The video, we're doing a video of this, and we'll, once it gets edited and
Thanks for
stuff
coming.
like that, I'll send a link to everybody that I have an email